Your house. shoot. Don't shoot.
I said, everybody.
Woo! Yes.
Everybody needs somebody. Hey! Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs somebody.
Woo!
Needs somebody. Everybody needs
Somebody. What?
I'm not dead.
I know, right? Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter! Don't shoot! 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 Oh shit! Didn't mean to do that.
come on, come on, no justice, no peace. Come on, no justice, no peace. 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 No justice, no peace.
And that's honestly not what I'm going to do here today. I don't think you need to know my oppression for you to understand that it hurts. But I'm going to do it anyway, just because I have this beautiful opportunity to speak to so many people at once. What I need you to understand that if you hold any type of privilege, first be honest about it. I'm very honest about the fact that I'm able-bodied and I never will know what it means to be disabled unless I get into a car accident or something like that, and then my whole world will change. But I also don't need my whole world to change for me to understand that. So, also, if you hold privilege, if you are white, if you are straight, if you are a man, if you are, what are some other isms? Please just throw them out. If you are rich or middle class, if you are able-bodied, if you are educated, you hold privilege. And that's just it. You hold privilege. What you do with that privilege is kind of what we're talking about. And if you hold privilege, you will have to understand that if you are in this fight, if you are truly in this fight, you gotta give up a lot. There's some sacrifices that need to happen. And I was reading a book just recently called The Way of the Orisha. And they talk about how sacrifice is such a huge pillar, such a huge thing of this religion, because with great sacrifice comes great results. That power that you hold about the fact that you can walk into a store and not be bothered, that's something you gotta give up. Sorry, not sorry. The fact that you can drive around and not worried about how they stop, that feeling, that's something that you need to start giving up. Sorry, not sorry. You're gonna have to give up a lot if you wanna be a part of this fight. And I'm so sorry that it is not going to be pretty. This is some ugly shit. Now, one thing I also want to talk about is I've seen so many people, and including myself, getting so much into tapping into my spirit. I do not think that spirituality and religion are the same. I think that religion was created so people can start tapping into their spirituality, but they're not one and the same. And one thing that I've noticed is that we are really dismantled right now. We are really just disengaged. We act like our mind and our body should be separate from one another, when it is your mind and your body that should be taking over and making you passionate and doing the things that you think are right. And the reason why I say this is because, like, going back to my statement, I should not have to explain my pain to you for you to understand if something hurts. If somebody broke their arm, do you ask them if it freaking hurts? No. Because you know a broken arm hurts. And it's really as simple as that. And so what I also want to say is that, sorry, no, I'm not crying. I just had like a little one come out, don't mind me. What I also want to say is that for us to come together, we have to start tapping into our spirit. Because honestly, I see a lot of self-hate that we honestly are just perpetuating to one another. If you don't love yourself, if you honestly are being in this fight and you're constantly saying that, oh, I'm a bad person, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that, there's no positive self-talk. That is exactly how you're going to be. Now, don't get me wrong, I do think we need to be right people. We need to be very real about the things that you all perpetuate in your everyday lives. Because when you're real about it, you're gonna cry. And it's about damn time y'all cry, because I don't think I've ever seen some white person cry in front of me. But they probably have seen several people of color cry and sob and weep for the shit that they are going through. When the fuck are y'all gonna let these emotions out? Let that shit go. We always think that we gotta be strong and we gotta put up a front. Let the master's tools go. If you know Audre Lorde, you know what I'm talking about. When we talk about the master's tools dismantling the house, it's not gonna happen because they're his fucking tools. How the hell will we use his tools to dismantle something that he built with those tools? Self-hate is a colonizer's tool. You're supposed to feel like shit so you can go to Amazon and buy some more shit. You're supposed to feel like crap so you can go out and do all these things that are not truly tapping in to the spirit within. So first, let all that ugly shit happen, because this ain't a pretty fight. Matter of fact, this is going to be bloody. We are going to be torn. We are going to be ragged. And we're going to have so many bruises that we can't even count. But it's going to be worth it. In that moment when we realize the spirit within is a good spirit, because I can't tell you that I'm a good person. Quite frankly, when some of my brothers and sisters were up here and they were talking about our unity and talking and really trying to hype people up, no, I don't need to tell you that you're a good person. Why would I need to do that? What importance do my words really have so much that you need my validation? No, validate yourself in the way you show up. We really want to talk about selfishness. Honestly, people really misconstrue being selfish. People, we need to be selfish because we need to understand what the hell we're doing and holding ourselves accountable for the things that we are or are not doing. To start promoting that. So my last point to you all is this. If we're truly going to be unified, we have to start doing some self-work. They can't do it for you. I can't do this for you. I already got a lot of shit going on, quite frankly. I do. Outside of my personal life, plus the struggle, plus having all this knowledge from my education and not knowing what the fuck to do with it, because this is all we talked about in college anyway. And then I come down here and it's so hard to apply, but I know I'm right. But I know that I'm right. Honestly, I'm gonna speak to some language that honestly a lot of my people understand. Y'all wanna be some writers? Then be fucking true blue. Have some heart to stand by your principles no matter the fucking situation. Cause I was taught to have heart. My fucking family, they said, Zell, if you believe in something, you better fucking go after it. You don't let nobody sway you, no matter the cost. And that is what Malcolm meant by any means necessary. That is what he meant. By any means necessary, stand by your word. Your word is bond. And if you can't exert action by your word, then don't fucking exert that shit at all, because I don't need no half-ass allies.
Thank you so much. For those of you that just arrived, the reason I own the sound system and the organizers that were here before left, and I just came out here to amplify Black voices. So that's what we're doing tonight. This young man has been waiting in line. Come on up. Give him a hand. Come on. Yeah, you're all
Hi. I should be used to this because I've done it before, speak in front of people. But I've been here a couple days now. My name doesn't matter. What matters is I was born in Sierra Leone, West Africa. That's Kenema. And I moved to the US at the age of 16. And basically I looked at that as, that was when everything opened up for me. Opportunities, that's what it is. Because I looked at the US as the greatest country in the world. And that's how I saw it. And I was born in Sierra Leone, West Africa. I didn't know what racism was. Because everybody around me was the same. So we just looked at each other the same. When foreigners come to visit, white people, we chase you around. We just follow the cars or whatever. We're just so happy to see someone. There's everything in America. There's electricity. There's, televisions. There's all these things that you need. There's food. Whenever you need it, you have it. And that's what I saw. And when I came, it was there. There was no lie. And this was in 2000. I don't want to tell you the stories I've gone through 2000 that made me think differently, but I still believe that America is the greatest nation in the world. One, because of this unity that I see today also. The reason why I'm up here today, a couple days ago, I came to this with my 3 kids. We were back there. My daughter, my 3 kids, were over there. We laid down for 9 minutes. Then it started to rain. I'm just on the ground and I'm thinking, what if that was me? I turned my head to the side. I saw my 3-year-old son laid right next to me. Kendrick just laid right next to me there, just looked at me not knowing what's happening. And all we're saying, I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe. People in the back, and I'm still shy, say I don't need to share a story just because I'm African. I just love the fact that every other people out here don't have to be African, but everybody's out here to support what they believe in their heart is true. So, thank you. So right now, today was my daughter's 5th birthday. I just left them at the house. And the reason why I got back in the car to run out here, I was on the grill making the burgers, and my son, my 3-year-old, is laying behind me. He's going, Daddy, Daddy. I'm like, what? Daddy, Daddy. He lay down flat with his hands behind his back, and he said, I can't breathe. And I didn't think I heard him, and maybe I shouldn't let him repeat it. I was like, what? And he looked at me, and he put his hands like this, laying down flat, and he says, I can't breathe. He's 3. I picked him up. I said, give me a hug. I said, squeeze me harder. And he did, and I just told him, I was like, yeah, you can breathe. I said, you can breathe. So I stood there, and I thought, there's no way. There's no way a 3-year-old would say that, because he remembers from a couple days ago that I just brought him here because I want him to be part of this, because people out here are not black, but they're still out here and want to support the cause to make sure that when he grows up, he has a better future. When he grows up, he walks down the block, he doesn't have to check on his shoulder to see if people, something is going to happen to him. When he's in the car, like when I'm in the car, he doesn't have to look in his rearview mirror 5, 6, 7 times just because I just saw a cop just goes by my side. Now I'm looking down the mirror to think, oh my God, is he going to come around to pull me over? I don't want him to be thinking that. Again, it's my daughter's birthday today. I have a 5-year-old today. He's 3 and a 4-month-old. And all I want for their future is hopefully every energy that everybody's putting in here right now will make a change. So, and last thing I'll say, when I'm a U.S. citizen now, which I'm proud of. I'm a Muslim immigrant and a U.S. citizen. A Muslim immigrant and a U.S. citizen, which I'm really, really proud of. And I always looked at myself and said, people ask me, do you vote? I'm good enough. Inshallah. Bless you. People ask me, do you vote? And I said, for what? I said, the people out there are going to make their decision no matter what. My vote doesn't count. And that's what I've always told myself. Until now, when I see all this and I see what's been happening, because over and over, I know I have a good heart. I know I go out there and do, tons of good things to people because I believe that's my heart and that's what, I believe in. But obviously, the numbers shows that, hey, if you don't vote, if you don't register to help make that change, you're going to spend your energy just to go out there and just your voice and have headaches and everything and come home when all it matters is just to put a ballot, make a vote so the right person will be in the right place. So that's what I'm going to do for the first time this year. I'm going to make sure I do that. Again, like I say, my name doesn't matter at all. But for people out there that relate, and please pass the story again. Kendrick, Kieran, Kaylin, I pray that one day when you grow up, that all this and everybody out here, people that's out here spending their energy to make sure that every race, everyone is looked at equally, that one day we can look back at this day. And myself, even though I was like, I don't need to share that story, but for him to make me come out here and share that story. And I pray that one day, that today, many years from now, we can look at this day and say, yes, those people out there helped change this. And those people were not just black people. They were different races, from different cultures, different backgrounds, different sexes. So thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you very much, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Cool. Hey guys, we're gonna keep going. I just want to if you're new, also there's a lot of space here. I know there's the social distancing thing, but we've obviously not really been listening to that. So can you kind of move in, make room for people in the back to kind of get closer, because I know you can't all hear back there. Like, if you can hear me in the back, wave your hand. I want to see how far back it goes. Okay, great. So this actually is going well. But let's still move up a little bit. If you just got over here, we're kind of just right now, there's been a lot of different voices, a lot of different messages happening, but we're just kind of wanting to like contextualize what's happening is right now we're just allowing people to share their stories, and that's really it. So like, we might not all be agreeing with each other, but all these stories are valid today, yeah? Because all of these stories matter. So like, when we say Black Lives Matter, we mean every story matters. We mean every face matters, every name matters, everything matters. So we're just making room for that today, and so I'm gonna invite Sis here to come up. She's been waiting for a while, and yeah. So continue just to lean in and like pay attention to her story. Like, this is, again, I think people might have said this already today, but like, this isn't a political thing. This is a humanity thing. Like, we're here because we believe in the humanity that exists today. Yeah? Cool. So continue to listen. Thank you for your support and your signs, and we're just going to keep hearing stories and keep encouraging people to speak, because people are coming from all over the place, and it takes a lot to just get up here. So, Sis, I'm proud of you for just being up here. So go for it.
Hello. So I am typically a very shy person, so honestly it's very hard for me to stand in front of all of you all right now. But as I sat over here, no, please. As I sat over here just observing and listening to everything, we started back here and kind of just made our way around me and my family, let me just first and foremost say, for every person that is not of color who is out here, who is truly, understand, truly supporting the cause, for what the real reason why we are here, I thank you. But for those of you, because like I said, I've been observing, I've seen people, and I'm not going to even point in the direction, I've seen people dancing around, I want some music, fuck that, okay? Fuck that. Let me just say this. I don't know what y'all think this may be. I understand that this is the place where the taste of Colorado and all that shit pops off, but today we ain't here for that. We ain't here for that. We are here for our people. Let me just say this. I am a mother of 4 kids, 4 black kids. Jakai, raise your hand. That is my oldest son. God willing, he will be 14 years old on Tuesday. And as a black mother, I want to see him grow up. That's what the fuck we want to see. We want to see our kids grow up. I did not go through 9 months of holding him. I did not go through labor. I did not go through raising him to the best of my fucking ability to see him fucking murdered. I did not. And as a black mom, I am tired. When George Floyd called out to his mama, I feel every black woman in America felt that in her core. As black mothers, as mothers, period. It is our job. It is in our nature to comfort your child and to do what you can. And I feel like I can protect my son against anything except for these fucking cops. Because they see him as a threat. He ain't done shit. My son has never been in trouble. He's standing right there next to my black husband. And that's another thing. Contrary to popular belief, black daddies is here, y'all. They here, and they mean something. They are very fucking important. Understand that. That is one right there, okay? Somebody lost their car key, by the way. So it's yours. But when my husband leaves the house every day, as a black mother, the last thing I should have to do is inhale and not being able to exhale until he makes it back home safe. Because I don't know if he's going to be stereotyped because he's dressed in jeans or whatever the case may be, that he ain't shit, or that he's a gang member, or that he's another nothing. No, fuck that. Just like I went through, and every other black mother out here went through to raise their sons, so did his mom. And he's a good black man, and he takes care of his kids. When my son goes outside to play, and he's dressed in a pair of sweats or whatever the case may be, understand my son is not a fucking threat to you. Why is it that as black people, we have to be taught cop etiquette? Why is that? When you see the police, don't say anything at all. You basically want us to be a yes and master. No, fuck that. We are tired of that shit. We are tired of that shit. If you can have a white person get pulled the fuck over and go up on a cop and take their ass home, why is it that when we comply, we are dead? Because of what the fuck we look like. I am tired of it. And I want to say this, like I said before, if you are truly out here supporting us, thank you, I appreciate that, but one day this protesting is going to cease. Not saying it will never come back, but it's going to cease. Y'all going to go back to your respective homes. You're going to do everything that you've been doing. But when you see a black person, don't automatically assume. You see how I'm dressed? I got on my fucking garden shoes. So I'm out here looking a mess. But don't assume that I'm poor, that I ain't shit, that I'm just another ghetto black girl. I get my ass up and I work every fucking day, as well as my black sister, to provide a roof over our kids' heads and to do the very best we can. I appreciate you guys so much for being out here. I really do. But when you take a look and you see these black people out here, outside of some shit like this, don't stereotype us. Do not. We are not all gang members. We are not all out there doing the wrong shit. because there's bad people in every race. I don't give a damn which one it is. There are bad people in every race. Understand that. Understand that. And another thing, as black people, we've never had privilege. Okay? We've never had privilege. Never. But for those of you that do, and you know who you are, but for you that do, use that shit to make a difference. Use it to make a difference.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing. Hey, and again, I saw more people coming in, so just so you guys know, we're just amplifying voices right now from people of color to just hear their stories. But before, this is Evan here, he's going to go next. But real quick before we do that, I wanted to just lead us in a little exercise real quick. So I'm just going to ask a few questions. If you have felt, in response to the racial tension, if you felt anger, raise your hand. And look around real quick. This is a universal thing. Black people, white people, Mexican people, Asian people, whatever. We've all felt anger. Leave your hand up or put your hand up if you felt sad about it. Just sadness. Now how about fear? Good. Okay, now if you were any one of those three, raise your hand again. Anger, sadness, fear. And again, look around. Almost every hand, if not every hand, is up. Because the oppression of one race is the oppression of all of us because we are one. And so real quick, put your hands back up, and I want you to imagine all that pain, all that anger, all that sadness, all that fear, and just ball it up in a fist. Imagine that it's in there. Think about the moments where you're most fearful, where you're most angry, where you're most upset, and just hold on to it for a second. On the count of 3, I want you to open your hands. And just for this moment, we're just going to release that stuff as we're here with each other. You can still be angry. I'm not saying that's a bad emotion. But just for a moment, we're going to let go of that stuff together. Okay, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Let it go, just for a moment. Now I want you to turn to someone next to you and give them a hug.
Who are you with?
One friend over here.
Oh, I'm with an audio-visual company.
This is what it looks like, you guys. This is what racial reconciliation looks like practically. It's letting go of the things that we hold on to so tightly and embracing one another. Yeah? Yeah, give yourselves a hand. You're making a difference by being out here today. Cool, that's enough for me. This is Evan. He's going to share a little bit from his heart.
All right, y'all. So I'm going to really start from the beginning. My name is Evan Gathers. I'm a black man. I was born in fucking Cheyenne, Wyoming. I was one of 10 black people born in my state in my fucking decade. So when you guys want to talk about repression, I know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm sorry I'm cussing a lot, but I'm angry as hell, yo. So first off, I want to say big ups to the black woman who was saying up here. She said everything I said I could ever say and more. Please give her a hand. Like, God damn, lift up black women's voice. So, you guys, I am not gonna lie. I was a self-help. I fucking sold my soul. I used to tell my friends I would suck a white dick for some money. You know, I would do whatever it took. I was in politics. I worked for the governor's office. I worked for the mayor's office. I worked for the fucking DEA, yo. And I'm ashamed of myself. But you know what? I'm up here today to try to redeem myself. Because you know what? I know all of us have fucked up before. All of us have fucked up so bad before. And you know what? Just because you fucked up doesn't mean you deserve a bullet in the goddamn face or to be choked out by a goddamn cop. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I just can't take this shit no more. Also, I'm gonna go a little Kanye on y'all. Like, yo, give it up to the brothers of badass. Yo, I'm about it. I'm about this. Yo, we need that morale. Like, we need that morale. But this ain't no fucking concert, yo. We're not here celebrating. We're not here celebrating. You know, if you're here to celebrate, cool, go in that corner over here, yo. You go celebrate, have a little dance corner over there. But that's not what we're here about today. We're here about to lift up the lives of black men and women who were killed unjustly. Breonna Taylor's birthday was yesterday, y'all. She was 27. And I'm not about it anymore. I'm not about it anymore, yo. Like I said, I worked in politics. I worked against this fucking black mayor who says that we are all Denver. We are all Denver. Yo, where are all those black sex workers that he decided to put away the moment he got elected? You know, where are they? Where are they at? I would love to hear their voice. Huh? Why isn't there an investigation against him? Huh? That's what I want to know. And also, you know what? I'm all about love. I'm all about love. And but this We Are Love Denver 303 shit, that's all some psyops from the fucking police, yo. I know all about that. And you know what? If y'all are a part of that, that's cool. But you know, you have a chance for redemption. Don't work with them to try to tell black people what to do, how to protest, and what the fuck to do when we're out here today. Yo. Nah, I'm not about it no more. I'm not about it any goddamn more. I'm not gonna lie. My name is Evan Gathers. I was here to run for office for a while. I was here to run for Evan Gathers to hope to gather your support one day. I was hoping to run for office, but I don't want that shit no more. I'm here to help the people in the streets. And so I want to know, if any of y'all need help, I'm right here. Denver Justice Project is right here. I'm not about that shit no more. I'm not about it no more. But you know what? If y'all are still about it, you know what? Actually, you know what? Like this. So, right here on my phone, there's a little phone number from the Denver DA. Her name is Beth McCann. I used to work with her in about 2016, 2017. I helped run her campaign. I thought she was going to prosecute police officers. She promised me, look me in my damn eyes, and promised me that we're going to prosecute police that kill people. We're going to make sure they don't get reinstated. Next fucking day, that shit was all out the window. So, I'm gonna give you guys a phone number. Y'all pass out, how about your phone numbers? And I want you to call this fucking Denver DA, Beth McCann, and tell her to reopen the cases of Jesse Hernandez and every other black man and woman who's killed here in Denver. And that's no justice, no peace. Hold on, let me pop this up on the phone for a second. Sorry, I'm still old. All right, y'all ready? Yeah, bad, yo. The number is 720-913-9000. That is the Denver District Attorney's Office, and I want y'all, each and every one of y'all, the moment y'all about to spark up a blunt, when it's not your turn, make that call. Y'all about to open up a beer, make that call, yo. I understand we gotta do what we gotta do to get through this, but we're not gonna stop until every one of these fucking racist cops is indicted and is in jail.
I want you to say the number one more time. You're gonna say the one number one more time.
The number is 720-913-9000.
One last time.
720-913-9000. And tell her to open up the case for each and every one of them. Jesse Hernandez.
There you go. Cool. All right, hey, we're gonna keep moving. We have a few more speakers we want to get to. I'm gonna invite up Jana Lynn. She is 16 years old. I've asked you a question. Have you ever spoken in front of a crowd this big before? Okay. Hey, so this is her first time speaking in front of a crowd this big, so make her feel so loved. Just bring it up for her real quick. Okay.
I've never spoken in front of a crowd this big, but before I got up here, my white mother asked me, what are you going to say? Huh? What are you going to say? And I told her I have a lot to say. Because although I am half white, I still feel the anger of my black brothers and sisters. And I have many stories to tell you. Many, many stories. But I want to start with one at Walmart. Now, if you're in Gen Z or if you're young, you probably know there's a lot of crazy people at Walmart, but I work at Walmart, and I work at the Parker Walmart, so that's Whitesville, Colorado. So I'm at the self-checkout, and doing one of the little wheelchair thingies, comes up to me and he says, "Ma'am, where are your rubber bands?" And I told him, "They're in G60, sir." And he said, "G16? I said, "No, G60. He said, "G16? I'm like, "No, G60. And I wasn't being rude, I was just trying to give him direction. And I was wearing a mask, like most of you here are wearing masks. But he looked at me and he said, "I can't hear you with that mini burqa." And for those of you who don't know what a burqa is, it's the coverings that Muslims wear to protect their dignity. And I looked at him and I said, are you confused, or like, do you call masks a mini burqa? But I mean, that's just the ignorance that many, many, many white people have. And that somebody who's half black experiencing something like that, it made me even more angry. Because although I am not fully black in this society, I might as well be 100% black. And I wrote this poem. This is before all of this happened, and it really, really, really hurts me that this world has to come to this. Has to come to black men being prosecuted for things that they haven't did. So I wrote this poem, and I haven't shared it with many people because I've been scared. And I apologize for anybody. I'm light, but I'm not a light bright. I'm dark, but I ain't no starry night. I ain't no sunset either. No sunrise or moonshine, no in-between good time, just a middle child race. Now let me give you a day in the life of an unknown color, because there ain't no in-between. I'm white, but I'm still black. My sentence is still labeled for life, crime committed none, but being black gives it away. I'm free, if not 3/4, then I guess I'm just half human. Tell me why I can't say nigger. I'm too white to be slang, too proper to say gang gang. Ain't nobody say that, by the way. How am I supposed to speak if I don't know what to say? If language chooses culture, then words must choose my color, right? Nah, color just an illusion. We all equal. Do y'all hear yourselves? Y'all's words are blind too, because in this world I'm forced to choose. Submit to my white privilege because my mom was fortunate enough to stay, or embrace my 50% of melanin because my blood is here to stay. My past ain't no different because my slave owner chose to breed. Nor is my privilege stripped away completely away because of the blessings of a little bit of richer skin. If that's true, then where am I? Where do I lie on the spectrum of race? Because race definitely ain't no color. I definitely ain't no color. If anything, I'm an unknown color. Absent from having a name. Now this part, I apologize if I offended anybody. I was very angry when I wrote this. This next. Brown, Asian yellow, Caucasians white, but black people have to sit in the back of the bus, right? So that's it then, I have no choice. Black is the last color, so I guess that's just what I am. But that don't make sense, does it? I'm white too. So why do I have to walk down the white sidewalk in fear? Guess I'm just another nigga in the neighborhood. At least to those who actually have a known color, even if it ain't the beautiful starry night. Like I said, I'm half white, half black, and I have a couple more stories. My dad was black, my mom's right there. But when I was 10 years old, I was sexually abused by my father. So that caused a lot of identity issues in me because my father's black and I never got to be raised by my culture. But I learned through my cousins and my family that I still can be who I am even without my father. But that incident led to many different things. It led to the trigger of lupus. It led to a trigger of a psychological attack on my brain. And it led to a lot of different other things. But that entire experience just made me realize that God has given me a purpose in this life, and it is to share my story. That's right. And part of my story is what? Woo! And I wish I could say I feel the same as every completely dark skin in this room or in this space, but I can't. Because even though I'm half white, society still labels me as black. Or the opposite, they label me as white. So like I said, I'm forced to choose. But right now I choose that we all stand in unity, and I choose that my black, just the fact that my color, the color of my skin is a little bit darker, that still makes me black right now. Yeah, I'm good. I have one more thing to say. Look, we don't need to be doing this. See, this is the problem, okay? This is the problem. If we can't learn to love ourselves and love the people around us, it's not going to change, okay? Now, my white mother has to stand back there and watch me do this, and how's that going to make her feel? Now, my white mother is back there, and she's probably filled with guilt. Because she's filled with privilege too, and she's not going to understand everything that we're going through. But God called her one night. God called her and told her that she needed to reach out to a friend in high school. My mom's from West Virginia, and she lived in Kaiser, West Virginia, which is predominantly white. And one of her friends, Charleston Horton, he was placed in prison. He was given life without mercy, when he was only an accomplice or an accessory to a crime that he basically did not commit. Now her cousin, like I said, if the world does not change, black lives aren't going to matter. And the person I was mentioning, although I cannot mention his story, he deserves justice too. And so does every single black person in this room and in this country and in this world. black, but I am still black. I still have the same anger. I still want the same justice, so that's why I'm here. I'm here to share my story, and I'm here to tell you that there is still hope for this. There is still hope. The national anthem says, land of the free and home of the brave, and we're going to make it that way. The national anthem is not written for white people, but we're going to be here to change that, okay? We're going to stop this shit from happening. That is all I have to say today, but thank you for listening to my story. Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
Awesome, give it up for her one more time. Hey, today is really special because that was really emotional, that was really hard. So again, thank you guys for being here. If you're new in this little circle, again, we're just sharing stories. We are amplifying voices of black people, people of color, and we're gonna continue doing that. Deshaun's gonna come up next. He's gonna share, and we're almost done with this portion, but thanks again for being here. Deshaun, you're 19, right? Deshaun's 19, his story matters, so please listen.
Hey everybody, I'm not really good at public speaking, so I just want to let you guys know, so please bear with me. And before I even get into this, I just would like to just give like a huge shout out to the girl that was up here before me. Because she did not need to deserve any of that. And to the guy that was up here, I swear, if I was closer, but before I get into this, I also would like to make a shout out to my best friend's dad, Todd. He's right there in the crowd. Wave your hand for me. Even though he is not my blood dad, he's also considered my dad, and he does not see color at all in his household. So, I hate to kill the mood, but I just would like to share a story, my personal story. So, on this past Saturday, when I was riding my bike home from Sonic, I was in my dad's neighborhood, and apparently 3 to 4 teenage white boys who were in a truck pulled up right behind me, and they decided to honk non-stop, you know, because I guess I was taking up too much of the road so that they couldn't go past me or something like that. But anyways, so basically I was just getting pissed off, so I was like, maybe I should just pull over to the side and just refuse to like cause any anger or anything like that. But as they were driving by me, they decided to yell out, "Dirty nigger boy" to me and spray me with vinegar. And because I was brave enough to, you know, get the vinegar out of my eyes, sadly I wasn't able to get the license plates of the douchebags, and as they drove by, all I could think about was, they could have hit me. They could have taken my life right then and there. They could have sprayed me with, like, acid or chemicals or something that could have taken my life. And I live in the same neighborhood as the girl that was up here. Parker, or Centennial, whatever you want to call it. But I live in the same neighborhood as the girl that was up here today. And it upsets me that stupid racist guys like them that attacked me, basically, get away with shit like this. And I can't handle this. I am a gay, black male, 19. I shouldn't have to go through this every day. Something needs to change. I am a fighter, not a hider. I hope that nobody of any race, gender, or sexuality has to experience the same thing that I did this Sunday. And something, again, needs to change. Thank you.
Right, me too. Right. Yeah.
I didn't know.
I don't know what the fuck.
All right, hey, so we're gonna, that was awesome, first of all. Thanks, Deshaun. Where'd it go? Oh, give it up one more time for Deshaun. Cool. All right, hey, we're gonna move on to our next thing. This is kind of, just so you guys know, this is kind of all thrown together last minute. I wasn't supposed to be up here. I kind of just started talking. So we're just doing this together. Thanks for sticking in with us. I'm gonna invite up this group. They're called the Brothers of Brass. They were playing over there at the Capitol a second ago, and I'll say this. I know there's a lot of, I'll say there's a lot of like extra stuff happening today, and it might feel out of place to have a band, but I want to say this, like even as we're grieving and hurting and sharing stories, there's still room for hope and joy. Yeah? So we're gonna invite them out. They're gonna play. She's gonna say something to you before that happens.
I just have two small things to say. First of all, there are a lot of people that are going to be here to get a reaction from y'all. There are a lot of people here that are going to be here to cause violence, to cause a scene. I want y'all to please look the other way. Obviously, if somebody's getting hurt, bring that to someone's attention. But if not, they're just talk, and they don't deserve a reaction. So I really need y'all as allies and as people who are a part of this movement to just look away, because they don't deserve a reaction. And I also want to say that it's Pride Month. And that if you aren't with all black people, then you can't, if you don't stand with and for all black people, you don't stand with black people. And I just wanted to say to our allies who are in the LGBTQ+ community and to our black people who are in the LGBTQ+ community, we see you, we love you, we support you, and we stand with you. Say thank you guys.
All right, cool. This is Chris from Brothers of Brass. He's gonna get them started. Give it up for Chris. Give it up for Brothers of Brass. Check. How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing out there? Y'all can do better than that. How y'all doing out there? Come on. I just got a few words to say before we start. I know there's a couple people like, why we have a brass band out there? Why they come and play? We supposed to be protesting. This is our way of giving back to the people that lost their lives. I'm from New Orleans. We have a lot of brass band members that lost their lives because of the police. So this is my way of giving back to those guys and the rest of the people that lost their lives. Music is going y'all.
Hi, I'm so sorry. Somebody lost a phone. I'm so sorry to interrupt y'all. This looks like a kid's phone. I don't want your mom to be mad at you. It has a purple OtterBox case. It's an iPhone.
Kids have iPhones?
It looks like, yeah. It says, I believe this iPhone belongs to Caitlin. Caitlin.
Where's Caitlin?
Caitlin with the C. Okay, we're gonna keep it up here with the mic system. It is safe, it is protected, but please, Caitlin, your mom's gonna be mad at you. Get your phone.
This is what community looks like, y'all. Yes, we got 1,000 people out here. We're like, yo, where you at? We got your phone. One more time, y'all. This is our way of giving back, y'all. Sorry to the people who don't like us. Sorry for the people who don't want us to be here, but we're here. Original music, y'all, called Comic, y'all. That's right, y'all. The VLP from the 303 original music, y'all. Original music on time, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
One more time, y'all. Some more original music, y'all. Hey, y'all. There's our new single. It's called Street Politics. Street Politics, y'all. It comes from all the time, all the anti-racist police terror that we had to experience as a band traveling around the country. We've been from city to city around the country, and it's all the same everywhere. The cops aren't for the people. They're not here to protect us. They have a warrior mindset and not a guardian mindset. So that's where this song comes from. Street Politics, y'all, Brothers of Brass. We hope you like it. Here we go. Come on. Woo! peaceful protest for the people oppressed. They're trying to take our rights away. It's a peaceful protest for the people oppressed. They're trying to take our rights away. It's a peaceful protest for the people oppressed. They're trying to take our rights away. It's a peaceful protest for the people oppressed. They're trying to take our rights away. It's a peaceful protest for the people oppressed. They're trying to take our rights away. It's a peaceful protest for the people oppressed. They're trying to take our rights away.
Sorry about that.
You want to go somewhere? You want to take a walk? So where I'm from, you want to take a walk? Put your fist in there. Put your fist in there.
Hold up, Armando. Hold up, Armando. So where I'm from, we call it a peaceful second line. Y'all want to act like we're in New Orleans taking a peaceful second line? We gonna do it the B.O.B. style, dude. Y'all want to do the B.O.B. style? Let's go protest in the streets, y'all. Let's go wake everybody up. Get them out there.
It's a New Orleans style,
Let's go
y'all.
into the streets, y'all.
It's how we celebrate life, celebrate our dads, endure through injustice. I hope y'all feel it. I hope y'all feel the second line.
Yeah, we love y'all, man. Also, don't forget to follow our band, the Brothers of Brass Band, on Facebook and Instagram. Thanks for listening. So we're going to march it. We're going to take it down 16th Street. We're going to take it down 16th Street. Y'all ready? We're about to march right through y'all, so here we go.
So again, if you didn't hear that, the Brothers of Brass are going to be they're going to be leading a march down 16th Street, back up 17th. So you guys are free to follow them. You're free to stay here. We might have a few more people speak, but just know this is all very fluid. We don't really know what we're doing. You don't have to stay. We can figure it out together, or you can go home. You can do whatever you want. This is a free country. Do your thing. Okay, so give us a moment, and we'll tell you what we're doing next. But they're about to go lead on march, so make a way for them, and they're going to go. Also, as you go out, please keep in mind that if you're with whatever movement you think you're with, Black Lives Matter, whatever, keep it peaceful. We're not here to make any noise or hurt anyone. If you see something going on that's violent, you either don't engage with it or you shut it down, but not with more violence. We're not here for that. We're here to keep it peaceful. We're here to spread love. All right, now, keep it.
Also, we really do appreciate all y'all tips y'all been giving us all week, man. We really appreciate it. It helped us stay out here, so thank you so much.
That was all bullshit. That was all bullshit. Ain't no dumb. No, there was no. They'd already passed. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. Show me what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like. McClain! Elijah McClain! Elijah McClain!
Like fucking